I mean, I'm always on time. I'm a good girl.
I'm on time because at least I'm awake.
Start the live while everyone's trickling in. We'll just have a chat. So I'm glad that you were able to wake up to join us today, Mark.
I was up at 12. I think I woke up at 12:30.
Yeah.
I got up, so I didn't stay this morning, so I'm like, go home, sleep.
Peace.
Although I just heard last night that they're opening up. Apparently, our asshole manager got permission from the upper heads to create a couple more higher level jobs. So I could be moving quickly, hopefully.
That will be good.
Because I know I'm pretty.
And we are live, so don't say anything too personal on here, sir.
Oh, okay. No, it just means that I could get. Of course, apparently the jobs are on tour 3. I mean, in the trickle down, I could rather stay keeping the same position and definitely getting back to days, or possibly get a promotion to another tour. And we'll see how it flows.
Yeah. And switching back and forth between days and nights would just drive me crazy. I did it when I was younger, but like.
Yeah, there are points in time where I do. I kind of, in a little way, regret taking this job a bit, just because, I mean, I was sick. Felt like I was sick most of last month, especially the last couple weeks.
Well, everyone's gotten sick, so.
Mark, it looks like you're broadcasting your video, I don't know about audio, but you're broadcasting your video through Roll20, and will be, unlike...
I don't see anything on my side.
Oh, because you have yours turned off. I literally just had my video on Roll20,
yeah.
And I saw Mark. We're not doing it like we did for Storm King's Thunder. We're going to do video and audio through Discord.
Yeah.
All right.
We did it.
Hold on, then let me turn off my camera on I just switched over.
Yeah. Well, I guess I assume, Jess, we're going to be doing it like we do for most campaigns, right?
Yeah, I think you get better quality and more, touchy-feely stuff. And I know as far as Discord, the audio is just so much better.
They changed all the settings. Not changed. They moved all the settings around on Roll20.
They updated everything.
Mm-hmm.
All right, well.
Hell yeah.
Let me jump out and reconnect because I may have to do that to get the video to kick in.
No problem.
Be right back.
So we're in the setting up situation right now, anyways. Hi, JJ.
There we go. Okay. Sorry. How's it going?
All right.
Hello.
Oh, there we go. Okay.
All right. We're going to start this off nice and easy.
You see more of the mess behind me now.
Roll20 has 3D dice now. Let's see what that looks like.
What?
How about you put your video on now, sir?
Oh, I thought I had. Okay, I'll fix
You
that.
hadn't. You're a bad boy. Unless
He's
you don't
all
want
bitching
video.
about my video being on the other way, and then
I know.
these guys.
My camera back in because I forgot about
I had to
it.
turn my correct video on.
I know, we're just fucking. There we go.
All at the same time.
There we go. Woo!
Powers activate. All right. I'm going to try some 3D dice.
Well, welcome. So this is our session 0 for Lost Mines of Phandelver, which is a pre-made campaign for 1 to 5. If we like playing together, then perhaps we'll continue on with some other things afterwards. Up to you guys. So I will introduce everybody to each other, but one person is not here today. His name is Marcus, and he is going to be playing with us. He just happened to have work on today. His manager originally wasn't having him work, and then they had him work. So,
did you ever hear from Andy?
I had messaged everyone privately if they wanted to make their characters, and either I didn't get things, so they're gonna either have to come to me late, or I think 5 is a really decent number.
So ideally, it's not ideally. As of now, it's us 4 plus Marcus.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right.
Now,
5 is usually a good part. Anything over than that.
Yeah.
I didn't want to have too many people and then us be waiting forever. I mean, it's nice in the case of, sometimes things happen, like you get called into work or whatever, but during those times, we'll figure it out. As a DM, you gotta lower and raise things all the time. We'll just make sure it stays fun. That being said, if only Mark comes one day, he's going to get all the loot. Just kidding. But it's also confused me because Mark and Marcus, I'll just only have to do your character names. Okay, so the first person on my screen is JJ. And he is this handsome boy right here with the headset on, and he's folding his hands. There you go. Nice wave.
You just described several people.
Yeah.
Three of them.
I describe all the guys exactly like that. Kyle put on a headset, and then it's one description for everybody.
Well, oh yeah, I guess we all do have a beard of some sort.
Yes.
Yeah.
Next to him in my screen.
JJ Wave.
He did wave. There he is. The next person on my screen is Mark. And there he is. Nice wave in the flannel. Kyle
Robe.
is the next one. Hello. And I don't know Shook's real name.
And he's Scott.
You're what?
Oh yeah, I remember people were because they're like, oh my.
Yeah, because it causes a problem in the other server. Yeah,
we have Scotty.
Because there's like 3 Scotts now.
We have Scotty, we have Ben Scott, and then we have you, Scott. Yeah.
Which is why I just do Shook, and that is why I stay with Shook and never tell people that because it causes problems all the time.
Awesome. Okay. And my name is Jessica. I am the DM. We just finished Storm King's Thunder, which Kyle was nice enough to DM, so we decided we'd switch it up.
Mark was in that, and Jess was in that, as well as other people.
So,
not that it matters. Mark is my cousin.
Yeah.
yeah, and
I knew that.
Kyle's my boyfriend,
Yes.
so we sleep together.
Do that.
But
So that's
feel
what
free to
Tony
flirt
always
with me. It's not a problem.
In character.
Not a character in
Kyle.
character, you know.
I mean, you know, it's not like we can come and offer Cheetos and Doritos.
I know, right?
As-
Also, feel free to flirt with my character. No, I'm just kidding.
Exactly.
So
No, full. We have separation between character DM status, so don't feel anything is off limits, except
So
for when.
you know when I'm in character because my character's actually cool, and then there's me.
That's right. Kyle's character, DNPC another campaign, is a comedian, but he's horrible, so we have to pretend sometimes to like his jokes, and it's really hard.
whereas Kyle.
is that the Avernus one?
Yeah.
Yeah. In Avernus, I'm.
Yeah, I've been
Were you
watching.
hearing
that
some of those
occasionally.
stinkers yesterday?
In Avernus, I'm a comedian bard. But like, he tells bad jokes that are supposed to be good. Kyle just tells bad jokes. That is the difference.
You know,
yeah, like-
maybe you should come over and I'll let you borrow my Jenny D's book of box of witticisms that I got off of Kickstarter.
Well, he looks up
That's cool.
jokes that are D&D
Actually,
related,
I
and then he
bought-
also
I-
picks the worst jokes to say.
I bought a D&D joke book specifically for him.
And they're not good. But anyway, so we'll start this off since we were talking about things that are off limits. I want everyone to feel comfortable when I'm DMing. So if there's anything that you feel uncomfortable with, say you don't feel comfortable with NPCs flirting with you, say you don't like murder, you're kind of in the wrong place, but we'll try to tone that down. Anything that could have real life triggers or things you just don't like, feel free to message me either privately or if you want to say them in person, you know what I mean, face to face, share that, and we will try to keep them numb. If for some reason you don't think you have anything going on and then all of a sudden we're doing something and you're like, whoa, I'm triggered, just send me a DM and be like, hey, so I didn't realize this would bother me. It does. And then I'll try to pivot. No one's going to be mad at you for, feeling uncomfortable about something. And if they are, then maybe they shouldn't be playing with us. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
We tend to be pretty nice people for the most part. I mean, I don't know about JJ, but...
Oh, Jess, are you streaming Session Zero?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay. I didn't hear you say, like, we're going live or anything, so I didn't know.
because
Okay.
you weren't here on
I
time.
didn't-
Huh.
Yeah, I can say you weren't here.
Nice.
Yeah. So I'm streaming this so that Marcus, who missed it, will be able to see it. I like to stream the things I do because I like to go back and be like, okay, what did I do? Did I do something wrong? Is there ways I could have made this more fun? Or I'll just forget, because depending on what we decide tonight, if this is going to be an every week campaign or every 2 weeks, it really...
I thought we had already said in the Discord it was every, but I guess I'm
No, we didn't yet.
Well, I do have the weekend of the 12th, basically Super Bowl weekend in February. I am out of town because we have Star Trek stuff at the studio. Just letting you know that right now. That's the weekend of the 12th. I'll be up and tie.
Okay, I will write that down. And I would love to say that we would wait for you, but that's probably not going to happen, depending on...
No, I'm just letting you know that that I won't be here because I will be working.
I appreciate any time you tell me ahead of time. I really appreciate that. I'm really, I don't want to say I'm a stickler for timeliness, but I just feel like I'm always going to be on time for you, or if something happens, I'm going to tell you with enough time, because I feel like I want to appreciate everyone's time, my time, your time. It's, it's 6 people all together.
Right. And I have a few other dates I have to go back and double check myself as well.
Exactly. I'm never going to be like, how dare you, and come to your house and drag you in. But I feel it's just common courtesy, So if you have anything that you say is off limits, please let me know. We'll work it out, anytime you feel uncomfortable. I'm pretty laid back. Some people have played with me before, either as a player or as a DM, as far as I do a lot of one-shots and stuff. But I'm very laid back. I want to give a lot of space for roleplay and stuff, and I'm not the type of DM who's going to rush you and be like, we have to get to this point before we leave. When it just hits time, we're just gonna put a pin in it and go on the next time, because as a player, if I'm RPing and I'm having a really great time, the worst thing I feel like has happened is well, we gotta get to that fight that you guys don't know about, so shove, you know what I mean? I mean, if you're spending 2 hours talking about going shopping, I don't tend to really do that a lot on camera, because shopping is really great. We all love shopping. We love getting new things, but it's not...
That makes for boring TV.
Yeah, it's boring boring for everybody. And plus, you want to agonize over those things oh, but I have 10 gold here if I do this, I do that. You know what I mean? So we're going to do that off screen. And as far as the way we're leveling, it is going to be on a milestone basis. So, I'm not going to deal with, you did some really cool RP and you didn't get to that, you didn't kill enough mobs. I'm not just going to throw more mobs at you. That's dumb. You got to where you need to go. You're going to level up. You know what I mean? I don't like the little crunchy numbers kind of a deal.
The old school D&D.
Yeah. So I love RP. I also love fighting. So there's going to be both, obviously. Hopefully a good mixture. Did we want to have a vote on, do we want to do this every week, or do we want to do this bi-weekly, which is every 2 weeks? Does anyone have any opinions?
I am fine with it. Right now, considering the way my schedule, we've talked about how screwed up my schedule is to begin with. Right now, every week is good.
Okay.
Every week for me.
Yeah.
Except when I have something going on, and then I will let you know.
Yeah, obviously. JJ, how do you feel?
I'm good with every week.
Okay,
Sweet.
good. Marcus also wanted every week, so this is good. And that way, if one person is out, it's not like they're going to be missing, a whole month's worth of D&D. That would suck.
Right.
Cool.
Yeah. It's a little set.
I mean, I do one game a week because of my schedule, and
Yeah.
as it is right now.
Cool. All right, so...
Yeah, unfortunately, at one point I was playing D&D 7 days a week, but several of my campaigns have ended or been canceled, and now I'm down to only 4 days a week. It's a real bummer.
Yeah, but you also have a job now too, so it kind of helps.
So
Goodness.
things I just want to get off the bat, kind of my DMing style. I do like to honor the nat 1s and the nat 20s, but I am going to tell you, if you roll a nat 20 to jump over the moon, you may have jumped the highest you've ever jumped in your life, but it's just not happening. I want to honor those and make them feel special, but...
Have you seen those? You've been watching those TikToks too as well?
I mean, I watch a lot of
AMD AMDM on TikTok is sharing a couple things about that. I'm just watching a couple of those videos about that.
Like if you go up to King Midas and you're going to use a persuasion check to make him give you all his money, he's you could get 4,000 and he's like, no, I love gold. I mean, that's a little Goldfinger, but you know what I mean.
No, I think that, and the way that they described it, he said the way he would do it, if it's an impossible check, maybe roll it with disadvantage.
Yeah.
But 20s and 1s are always automatic. 20s are usually an automatic because I believe as he described it, your characters are supposed to be heroes, and even heroes get lucky sometimes.
Yeah. How to say, so I will try my best to honor those, and we'll do something special with them, but you're not always going to automatically exceed on a nat 20, and I'm sorry. Also, I feel like it's not fair with a nat 1 if you are rolling to hit something and you hit a nat 1 that you ricochet off something and hurt one of your party members. I think that you're in charge of your own destiny, but that doesn't mean that your mistake should hurt others.
Right.
It may
At least you're not having people break their weapons.
Yeah.
I've had DMs do that.
It could lead to
I've had
story
DMs
stuff,
throw
but I'm not
weapons.
going to punish other players because you missed. I mean, we all get
What did you
that.
say, JJ?
I said I had a DM once that had, if you rolled a nat 1, you threw your weapon across the room.
Oh,
I can see that. I mean, that makes sense because, you literally just butterfingered it, and so you roll a nat 1. Yeah, you could.
Any nat 1 consequences are going to be consequences for you, and they're probably going to be story driven. They're not going to be, you flung your sword and you stabbed your friend and now he's half dead. That's not fair for that player, I feel.
Oh, yeah.
So, and there will
Unless it's part of the story.
Exactly. Unless I feel like he's being a dick and, That being said, as far as we haven't really talked about character, morality here. Generally speaking, I do not deal with evil characters unless we're doing an evil campaign, which I have done. You can be neutral, you can be a shitty person, and as long as your shitty person still works with the group, you can be a shitty person. And that's going to be great for RP, but it's when it starts to affect real life and people not wanting to play. Like, if it starts being not fun, just know that we're probably going to have a tough conversation, and then if it doesn't change, I might either, 1, kill off your character and you have to start someone new, or 2, maybe you're just not a good fit for what we're doing. You know what I mean?
I mean, like when your chaotic gnome decides to blow off a fireball in a pyramid and to the dimension doors his way out while the rest of us are running away. So then we beat his ass because he tried to play the prank.
That would be argued as chaotic, which is allowed, technically.
I understand that, but still, I was lawful good. I was like, no.
If you want RP, this is great. I love RP. We want to make sure in the end that everyone's still having fun. A lot of people say, main character syndrome, where like you do what you're going to do, but like, that's what my character would do. And I'm not going to I'm just going to rush off. I'm going to wait. I'm not going to discuss. You could do that, but if people aren't having fun, maybe your character rush-offs and falls down a well, and, what can you do? I feel like there's a lot of no.
Your character pulls something crazy off and then makes the rest of the party worry. Yeah, we're going to beat you senseless.
I know. We're going to try to change those into RP moments, but
right.
It's all about us having fun. That's why we're here. No one wants to be like, I got DnD. I hate playing with this character. He's such a, they're such a, they always, get us into trouble. They always run in and then almost get us killed. I think that is a discussion because we want everyone to be happy and have fun, That's not saying your character can't be a dick and then everyone laughs secretly as, because that's fun. But, you get me, right? I'm not being too... Yeah. Some optional rules I use flanking, which is Kyle and Mark surround a bad guy. If they're exactly opposite, then you have advantage. But also, if 2 bad guys do the same thing, they're going to get advantage as well. So we're going to be on equal footing. Also, I've discussed with some of our players, certain spellcasters, once they have their spells, they never get to change it unless they take a feat, which I think is really unfair. So, as far as spellcasting goes, say you have cantrips or whatever, legally you're not allowed to change them. I'm changing it so you can change with every level up. You get to switch one out. Or if you're having a really hard time, you're a new player and you pick stuff and you just, it's horrible, it's not working out, come to me, we'll work something out. You know what I mean? Like, we don't want it to be unfun. You know? We're trying to keep everything pretty balanced and everything. As far as the rules go, I don't remember if there's anything else. You know, as they go on, I'm sure things will come up because I forget things like everybody else. So, yeah. All right. So, we're out of the crunchy stuff. If you ever have any questions, feel free to come to me and ask. You know, I'm not mean all the time. Just a lot of times, you know. And that being said, I'm human, you're human, mistakes are made. I don't generally want to do a lot of arguing in game. I know I always say I love to argue with the DM because I get what I want, but the main thing is to have fun for everybody. And I don't want to have a 20-minute argument over something. We can have a couple back and forths, but in the end, if it's going to be, you know, a long drawn-out process, we're just here to have fun, right? Who, in the end, like, as long as it's not, like, going to affect your character's death, then I don't think it's something that's going to need a big to-do. At least that's how I feel. Okay, so I will show you guys Roll20. We're going to be using Roll20 and Discord for playing our games. I'm going to switch over to the Roll20 now. Ta-da. Okay, so you guys, when you come in here, you should be on the landing page, Lost Mind of Phandelver. Ooh. I don't tend to do music, and that's clearly just because I don't want to get copyright struck. Sorry. I will sing to you. I'm obnoxious. I'll try my best to do fun voices, but hopefully.
I mean, there is some music that is copyright free.
Yes, but that's
like this one.
work.
There you go, Jess. Enjoy.
That's work.
Huh?
I just sent you a link for copyright-free music
Oh.
and ambience sounds
Excellent.
that you can add.
So maybe I should
use
have
them in my
JJ in the
campaigns a
background,
lot.
like, play that, JJ. Be the DJ.
No, I like-
Oh yeah,
No, you
JJ,
can, they have like all sorts of music on this website, depending on if it's ambiance and music. They have different genres, like they even have sci-fi and whatnot. But it's just, check it out. I can copy that if anybody wants it.
Awesome.
There's
Hell yeah.
a bunch of people. I'll let you. I've seen a couple others out on there on the.
If you
the web
notice in the
website.
Discord now, I do have a room for those type of links. Like I have the shopping link that we normally use and places to make your tokens, yada yada. Because I found like I would just pin it and then it would just be everywhere. So good reference section. Cool. Okay, so Lost Mine of Phandelver. Everyone here has used Roll20 before, I believe, right? Okay, cool. Awesome. So I will pull you guys over to the main map area. And I am going to get your tokens, which I have lovingly made. And I'll just pop them up. And I don't know if everyone's come up with what they have decided on their backstory yet, if we want to make it together. I will kind of tell you the premise of, what we are doing and where we are to start off with. And I have, of course, an adventure hook for everybody, but that doesn't necessarily mean that, you know each other beforehand unless you want to, But I'll tell you kind of like the adventure hook, supposedly. And we could decide that's a great hook, we like that, we'll go with that, or we can make up our own, we're all creating a story together. It's not all one way. Okay, so we are going to be starting off in the town of Neverwinter. If you look at our map, it is on the coast of the Sword Coast. Woo! I am going to pop up your characters. When I do, just, be like, hey, this is me. This is kind of what I'm about. If you have a backstory, let me know. I know this is a pre-made module, but I'd really like to have other things for us to do. I want to have those RP moments. I don't want to just be like, we gotta follow the module. I'd like to put things in there for you guys to enjoy. So if there's anything that you want to see from this module, or things you want to come up with your backstory, feel free to let me know. If you want to keep them private for everybody, feel free to message me privately, like if you want to be a surprise, Also, if you have no idea who your character is and you want to develop as we go, 100% we can do that. But when you come up with good ideas, just let me know and I'll try to string them in. And, it's all about that fun.
I do have a question.
Yes.
I had asked you about a homebrew. Is it okay if I run with that, or?
Yep, absolutely.
Okay. I'm just leaving the character sheet. I used that specifically on the custom race because I didn't see any other way to really do it.
Mm-hmm.
For D&D Beyond, so.
Yeah.
That's what I did.
We can create a homebrew race for you on D&D Beyond if it would be better than using the custom lineage.
It might. I might need to go change that later then, but.
Okay.
I just wanted to make sure that was okay because I didn't actually hear a response when I sent it to you.
Sorry.
So.
I had kind of written in the group that I had gone over the characters, and when I had sent you that,
I just wasn't sure.
Yeah. Generally speaking, if I don't say anything, I either forgot because I'm blonde today, or or it's good for me. Just remind me.
And also, just sometimes I'm never always sure. Like if I say something like in a DM and I don't see a reply, sometimes I'll be like, wait, did that actually get seen? Did that get acknowledged? So
yes,
I just wanted to double check.
I will try my best. I do look at everything. I'm currently working on getting another monitor. It's in the mail because can never have too many
only
monitors.
Have one. I am working with one monitor right now.
Oh no, so sad.
I've got two, but they're also two different size
It'll
monitors.
be my third one, so I can have one for my overlays and stuff. I'm all about that jazz.
Uh-huh.
Nice.
Then put one on its side and use that for
I know.
Discord
Maybe I'll just
chat.
get a wall of screens, But yeah, I try my best
Professional
to respond.
streamer.
I encourage also, you are all gonna have character sheets in here, so if you notice, you can in the drop down menu you can talk as your character. So if you name, obviously I'm JP on here, but if I want to talk in a character, I can do that, and it'll show up. Come on. Whatever. It'll show up down here. So I will speak as a goblin. Hey guys. And when people are talking and RPing in general, like say there's a one-on-one conversation, feel free to RP in the chat. I'm going to try to give everyone their time in the sun, but it can be a little confusing. And I don't expect you to just sit there and twiddle your thumbs, have fun, Okay, so I'm going to start with, oh my gosh, who am I today?
You're the DM.
I am the DM. Why can't I remember this? Is an X? How do I pop people up again?
See.
Well, it's on. I see it.
I did that, damn it.
Oh, my Roll20 just crashed. I'm refreshing it.
Yeah, same here.
Maybe that's why. Maybe we should all refresh.
Yeah.
Maybe Roll20 just went down.
I was like, why is it not
Mine just
working?
There's
No,
no,
it's
my
fine.
screen.
Oh shit.
Oh.
I hit that way too many times. Thank you, Gray. I'm glad that you like my wig. Thank you.
Great watching. Hey.
Yeah. Hi,
Reset
Gray.
stuff. Oop, yep, none just froze. Okay, I'll refresh it now.
Okay.
And
Travel back.
Just after I figured I got the roll to work.
Okay. Let me know when everyone's zoomed back in, and I'll pop people up legitimately. I bought this module on here, and they've updated it for the new lighting system, and it is garbage. So I will try my best to set it up so that everyone can see things dynamically. If that doesn't work, I'm going to go back to the old system, and we may just see things ahead of time, and we're just going to have to pretend we didn't see them. What can you do?
Oh, you mean that weird shadow system that?
Yeah. I mean, I like the old system because I can just unveil things easily, but they're going to be eventually getting rid of that system, and that makes me very sad because things almost never work right. So
I thought that Marcus had said not to use his drawn one.
No, he said 2 for now.
No, you said you should draw one, and he said like. Or
I
you're
said,
like,
is
"Was it the
anything
original?"
going
And he
to
said,
change? And he said, not right now. So I used it.
No, but he had sent you an original one, so I think
That
he
is the
meant,
original
"Don't
one."
I don't know.
No, the original.
Back.
Okay, I mean,
BRB.
okay.
This is what he sent me, so I used it. I asked him.
Okay, I just think there might have been something lost in communication because that doesn't seem. Yeah.
Nah, don't worry about it.
It's literally like on this.
Is her
I know
ghost
it's
eyes
not-
staring into your soul? Is that what it
I
is?
know
Because
it's
that's
not
what she
like
was
a-
doing to me.
I know it's not a stick figure because it like is a drawing, but it just looks like a stick figure here, and
It
so
is.
it doesn't.
It is not. It is not. And you were asking about showing people's character sheets, and I will do that when it's up. When JJ's back, I will have Kyle. I'll flash him up, and I will show his character sheet. You'll notice that I kind of went in there and started filling in some of like your character sheet stuff. Maybe wrong, maybe right. I was just doing that because I was gonna go through and try to do lights for your tokens and fiddling. But you know, that is what it is. Okay. So, Shift Z. This is Kyle's character, Volman. He was part of a real play of this a while ago. We didn't get to finish because COVID happened. So he's come to return. And I told him no pre-knowledge. So, hopefully. And I will flash up his character sheet for everybody. I feel like Kyle is typing up a storm one-fingeredly. So I'm going to show Volman to everybody. Does everyone see him? Kyle.
I see a dark elf.
What'd you say?
You didn't respond to anything I said.
Because you were talking still. I was waiting until you finished. I didn't know you were done.
Okay, I did not see the sheet pop up on my screen.
All right.
I did not see the sheet.
I'm looking at it on the stream, but you know.
Huh. Well, I did click show to players. Let me.
Yep, and I watched,
Let's
but it
see.
didn't pop.
Can be in players' journals. I will give it to everybody now. Maybe if I do that now. Now?
Mhm. Yep.
Sweet. Okay.
Yep, there we go. Okay.
All right.
Oh, and
I will.
if somebody's watching Jess's stream, I'm also streaming.
That is true.
Great. No, I'm just kidding. So.
All right. Kyle, please introduce us to your character.
There.
And things can change into session 0. We're kind of just getting ideas, and I'd like to figure out, like I said, how we know each other and all that jazzy stuff. So don't take this as hardcore, like 100% until, next session.
So, Volman Elmar is an Astral Elf Wizard. Astral Elves were elves that a long, long time ago, like thousands of years ago, migrated as a tribe from the material plane to the astral plane. And they've just been living there since then. Due to the different chronal nature of the astral plane, things can live there for a much longer time. So while elves here on the material plane will live hundreds of years, on the astral plane they'll live thousands of years. So I think Volman's gonna be like 1,000 years old, astral plane time. I obviously haven't taken my second level, picked my concentration, but I know I'm gonna pick chronomancy. So he's gonna be a time travel wizard. Because I really like time travel. Yeah, and so he's been sent here from the astral plane to the material plane to kind of reconnect with the elves here and kind of establish some kind of either trade or diplomacy or things of that nature to other elves of other, not species, subspecies? Yeah.
Okay, and as far as your character, do you feel comfortable sharing with me now anything you would like me to put in, or is that something you want to do privately for surprises?
So I've been looking at so like I did pick like it doesn't super matter, but I picked like religion and stuff like that. So he worships Kronos, but Kronos ironically is lost. Like no one knows where Kronos is, or like if he's still around, or if he's dead or not. Like
Okay.
and so like as a result, the new time deity is Labellus, who is a elf god, so it works. But Labellus is very anti-time travel, and that's going to be Volman's whole shtick. And so worshipping the new time god doesn't work for Volman, so he's going to keep worshipping the old time god. And so,
Cool.
but yeah, I don't know. If we want to include things that have come from the astral plane, there's a lot of cool astral plane creatures that could appear here as like villains or antagonists who things of that nature. Yeah. Oh, and so in the picture, he's not a drow, so like he does have those dark colors. But like to me, as far as I was looking, the difference between like an astral elf and like an elf is that they look like more ethereal. Like I don't look solid. So, like the whites on me are like bright like star, and the blacks on me are dark like space. So very ethereal in nature. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know about like what specifically to pull in or not. That would have to be something we can work on over time.
Okay. If continue to think about it, you can just send me stuff. I'll work on my end of seeding in some people from maybe your dimensions or whatever, and we can figure out some spicy stuff for you. We are generally speaking gonna just be on the Sword Coast, so we're not unfortunately going all over the world in this campaign. So
Yes, but that's why I was saying that the astral plane does connect to the material plane at times, so that would be the thing. But yeah.
Perfect. All right. Next up, we're gonna do Brizza. I'm going to make it so everyone can see them, and then I'll just pop them up.
Ta-da!
And I'll pop up their token. Now, thank you for sending me a new token. I will work on changing it if you care that much about her background.
I know, it makes it more colorful.
She looks
It's a little
adorable.
more vibrant.
Please tell us all about Brizza.
My character that I'll be playing is Brizza. She is a bard, an Ergonasi bard. She doesn't know where she was born or who her birth parents were. I have the whole backstory, by the way. I got a little into it. So,
Hey.
only that one of her parents had to be an air elemental and possibly a human.
We love
No.
backstories here.
She's like first generation Genasi.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. She did, however, know who raised her. It was a great blue dragon named Huragon. She was in the care of Huragon until she was around 10, and for reasons unknown to her, he abandoned her at the boarding school Weedsma's School for Wayward Boys and Girls. He left a note with her that stated, realizing I have a lot of, spell checks on here.
That's
Can't raise her anymore. This should cover her stay. Best of luck in Draconic. As well as a gigantic bag that contained enough money and valuables to financially back Weedsma's School to become Weedsma's University for Distinguished Gentlemen and Ladies. There's literally like this huge giant sack full of like gold and trinkets and all sorts of other good stuff.
Did you write this in your D&D Beyond thing so I can read it, or no?
Yes.
Cool.
When she was dropped off, she only knew Draconic, but over time learned how to speak Common. She was seen as a likable enough student who remained calm most of the time, but could lash out from time to time as well, many attributing this to her air elemental blood. as it was as unpredictable as a raging storm. She excelled in her studies pertaining to musical arts, physical sciences, and history. She enjoyed studying the history of dragons and elementals so much so that she taught herself to speak the language of her ancestors primordial.
Nice.
She is currently pursuing further education and is in her collegiate years at university. For her understudy, she is setting out to venture into the world in search of rare artifacts to display in the university. And she's also looking for the lair or whereabouts of Huragon as well, namely to thank him for raising her, as well as give him a piece of her mind. She enjoys the company of Zemia, who's an older male Earth Genasi that acts as a mentor to her and is a professor of physical sciences at the university. And she despises Wiedsma, who is a female half-elf dean of the school and owner as well. She treats both Burza and Zemia with disdain and has to spitefully admit that, but she has to, spitefully admit that we're both knowledgeable about what we do. So that's basically about it.
Okay.
For her. I'm gonna focus more on like illusion stuff and some like weather spells as well, because apparently I can do that as a bard. And then I was gonna see if we find like cool artifacts that were like, this is worth blah 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 blah, to like sell it to the university, to where you like package it up and ship it out to them, and we get the money for that per se. Like if we would have sold it anyway, we would have just.
Are you more monetarily focused, or are you more about the knowledge and the learning and the you definitely plan to give this to like a museum or whatever?
Correct. Yeah.
Okay.
The second one, but it would be good to have money for it because I feel like I'd
obviously be good to have money.
This thing's worth 2,000
You're
gold.
rich.
I was gonna say the problem is if I seed these artifacts in and you just get like 90 million bajillion gold coins and you can just buy whatever you want. I mean,
You're rich because your baby daddy left you a lot of money.
Well, we can get like a stipend or something, for sending in something like that.
yeah, we can work
It's
on
like,
that.
you could
Absolutely.
Send this to the university for blah blah. That way, because I don't want to screw everybody out of money for a backstory.
It could also be the thing that when you get the money, it goes to like fund the university and not to yourself, maybe. So like it's like background money that's doing stuff in the background, but it's not directly affecting your character's equipment and things like that. I don't know.
Maybe you want to get your own school because you hate the headmistress and you want to run it the way you want it.
There's a school of fuck Wiedsma.
That's right. It sounds like Yzma, and I just want to call her Yzma.
You have to talk like Yzma if you ever weave her into the campaign.
Now I'm just picturing the two schools having a rivalry and like going to sporting events, and all the kids from Breeze's School are just holding up like signs that are just like a really like characterized version of the other headmistress.
Nice.
Just making fun of her the whole time.
All right, next up. Petra?
All right.
Is this Petra?
Pietro.
Pietro. I will attempt to remember how to say that.
And you see, he appears a tan humanoid, human with black hair.
Mm-hmm.
Something of a roguish, more of an investigative style, working for a private company, always trying to make sure that he can get the best information out of everything. Not a huge backstory yet, because I'll admit I was kind of keep him very quiet, very secretive as well.
Okay.
I suppose the pull in would probably be whatever the pull into searching for something, somebody or someone who's probably lost in the mines.
Does the public, or at least your party, know that you're a changeling, or is that a secret?
I'm gonna probably. Oh yeah, he's a changeling, but you don't see that. That'll probably get sprung the first time he decides to do something.
Yeah.
To use the feature.
So right now, you don't know. We haven't decided how we're connected yet, so it's good to keep in mind.
But I mean, chances are that yes, I'm a character is a changeling. You're gonna find that happen if, like, the first time there's something he needs to investigate something or needs to talk to somebody. You're gonna watch this guy's fucking face change.
Awesome. So are you're playing this as a very like stoic character, very into like your job? Okay. Oh,
Yeah. Almost probably very similar to how Torcerin was. Very quiet, very stoic.
nice.
Do his job.
Okay.
But a rogue version of the actress.
Yes.
I'm gonna say, well, if there's anything that I know you say you don't have much of a backstory right now, but if you think of something, say maybe you have, a competitor or like a rival or something, we could work that in, or if we could just see how it grows when it comes in.
Right.
No pressure. Okay. But in the future, if I choose to, I may sprinkle in people I'll ask you first.
Right. Well, we'll figure something out. Working backstories has never been my greatest thing with characters, but that's just me.
Play 'em like
We're all here to have
Columbo.
fun, and we can make mistakes,
Right.
and we could,
Yeah, that's a good one. Yeah, Columbo-ish in a way.
Yeah.
But that's why I took the rogue, so I could have because he definitely has to get in there to getting into you could say like a party. You have to be able to sweet talk people and get information out of people.
or
He kind of does look like Columbo too.
Oh, really? I mean,
Yeah, he does. He kind of does. Like a more handsome version of him.
and I say,
Oh,
do
yeah.
you work for an agency, or are you like an
Yeah,
independent?
well, no, I work for one of the more lesser known agencies in the Neverwinter area. We'll work on that.
Okay, awesome. See, we're already pulling you a backstory already. You didn't even know.
Mm-hmm.
The next person who would be up would be Mars Pan. But Marcus is not here right now. I am going to flash up his character. And I will show it to you guys in 1 second. This is Marzipan. Ooh, spooky. Let me make her big. Marzipan. I will go to their character sheet. He had a lot of fun creating different characters and changed it many a time. So, he was going to be like a phantasmal character almost, but now he's a high half-elf, and he drew this picture himself. It's kind of spooky. So this may change. I think it is, but this is what we had for now. So, and we will do a short introduction for Marcus at the beginning of the first session since he missed this one, because people gotta have jobs, man. How dare they?
People have to work weekends. I know we suck.
Sometimes, yeah. So.
Had he? I think in the group he'd mentioned, but I don't remember. Had he mentioned what type of fighter he's thinking? I don't know.
He did, but then he talked about changing it to different things. So I'm gonna let him explain what he settled on. I don't want to speak for him. So.
Okay. That makes sense.
Next we have a Lux, which I will.
It's me.
That is you. Let me put this up so everyone can see you. A handsome
If he's
fellow.
gonna use his art, he should at least color it in, man.
You're being an elitist right now, Kyle.
You and your colored-in character.
I know.
Hey, at least I went to Hero Forge and created mine, kind of.
I
know.
just stole
We're
mine from
also-
somewhere else.
We're also elitists, and we like 2D art, so we were like, Hero Forge art, Mark. Get with the program. No, I'm just kidding. But,
No,
Yeah.
Sorry,
I'm
I
just
can't
not
draw.
talented. I'm just not talented and not smart enough to go to Hero Forge, so I just find them illegally.
Yeah. I just Google image search cool pictures I like. I'm not saying that's the way to do it.
I mean...
I just want everything to be in color, and nothing should be black and white. And so...
Kyle's brain does not compute. So, all right.
So, I'm playing Lux. Lux is actually homunculus, although he will not admit it to anyone, so most likely he has introduced himself as a human entirely. At some point in his past, when he was created, for some reason, he was actually basically set to be in the sleep mode, the deactivated mode, permanently. And as well, his knowledge of his creator, what he was made for, and what he does is completely unknown to him. He just woke up one day in the woods. Most likely some squirrel pressed the on switch or something, but it turned him
Fucking
on. He was not
squirrel.
completely destroyed. He was just wiped. They just took the memory card and left. But he woke up and just kind of hung out in the woods because obviously as a homunculus he didn't need to eat or anything. He just kind of was like, I guess this is where I'm staying. I live here now, I guess. Until a small hunting party from a nearby village happened to stumble across him and actually brought him to the village. He kind of started to realize that something was a little off with him. I mean, obviously he probably realized he was a homunculus pretty early, but he kind of was like, I don't belong here. I really don't. One of the things is he noticed is that while he was doing his while he does do his deactivation sequence for about 4 hours a day, the other 4 to make it essentially the same as a long rest, he actually prays. He doesn't know to whom he prays or what, but he does know that at one point while they were out on a hunting trip, it did allow him to harness the magic inside of him and export it in forms of healing and radiant energy. So he is a grave domain cleric. And although it seems odd, he doesn't know that, so he doesn't know if he's defiling whatever God's wishes are, because obviously the grave domain do not like tampering with or preventing death as much as welcoming people into it. He thinks that the best thing that he could do with this newfound power is to almost apologize for his existence, because he feels like he is not, knowing these homunculus and seeing these people, he feels like he doesn't belong, and feels like he sees himself as almost an abomination to the world. So he became a doctor in the town. He'll use his magic, and also at times would use healer kits for stuff when either he runs out of spell slots or just can't. And that is Lux. He doesn't know what god he's. I don't know what god he's gonna actually be worshiping yet. I haven't figured that out yet.
Okay, so
but
it looks like
whoever it is not gonna be happy with him. That's for sure.
Nice.
If he's reviving people.
So you want to find out who your god is, maybe where he came from. Do you want to recover memories? Is that kind of...
He wants to figure out, obviously, who made him, why he was just deactivated and left alone. Figure out whoever he's worshiping, and as well, just try to help people, because now it feels like he needs to do such things.
Now, most homunculus are like animalistic or weird creatures, or like, do you have anything about you that
doesn't necessarily have to be
non-human?
though?
What?
That doesn't necessarily have to be that way though.
I know, and that's why I said most. And then my follow-up question though is, do you have anything that would mark you as non-human, or from the outside appearance, are you completely humanoid?
From the appearance that you can see, which will usually just be his head, there is nothing outright, except if you look at his eyes, you'll notice that they do glow every now and then with magic that is coursing through him. Underneath his armor, he does have a core that does have to stick out slightly, and it is on his back. So that is mainly he just covers that because of that. Doesn't want people to know.
Like Tony Stark arc reactor, but on your back.
Yeah, kind of.
So no good pats on the back, because
or he's radioactive.
Cock him out.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Nuclear generator, homunculus.
He's like, well, the only thing that's different about me is this thing. He shows his chest. There's just that nuclear sign. I don't know what it means, but
yes, keep that in mind.
Thermonuclear detonation imminent.
If he's ever naked, we'll see that reactor. So keep that in mind.
Why are you trying to get shook naked already?
Yeah, bro.
There you go.
Like, we're all down for improv. I hope that Shook likes improv, because apparently you're gonna get
100%.
naked at some point. So.
Like, we actually, in Avernus, we experience these snails that when they explode, they get rid of all organic materials in their explosion. So our whole party, anybody who's wearing
their
leather,
clothing.
gone. Everybody's clothes gone. And so the whole party was either naked or in bare armor.
I was wearing very chafing plate mail. It was uncomfortable.
I play a bard, and so I'm literally just standing there, like, naked now.
You did that to yourself literally, because you are the DM, so...
I'm also the DM. But yes.
Awesome. Okay, so the way that this module starts is you guys... the basically the hook that you're getting in is that you know this dwarf, and he either contacts you by mail and asks you to come do a job for him, or you could see it on a flyer or in a pub or whatever, and you guys come together to meet him, and he gives you kind of like a quest. This originally had pre-made characters, so they all built in, like, one was like his cousin, somebody like, you know, lived in the area and just got interested. How would you guys like to do that? Do you want to know each other already, or would you like to come in as kind of like this? His name is Gundren, so he could just have known you and sent you a letter to come in, or he could just have flyers around because you don't want to know him, or you don't think that you would have known him. What do you guys think about those situations?
So I think he shouldn't be a dwarf. He should definitely be an elf, because I exclusively only talk to elves.
Guess what, baby? Not anymore.
Racist.
Yeah, what the hell's wrong with you, man?
Actually, the first version of Volman was very pro-elf and anti-everything else. I'm going to tone that down a little bit, maybe.
Please do, because we were all like, racist.
I remember they've changed all that. They've done all that, you know, UA updates and stuff like that. So all the player stuff, you know, can't be all that racist stuff with the whole.
He is from a different plane, so he a higher plane, literally.
Okay, so he's a planist.
Yeah, so he can be a planist. He's like, wow, you material people suck. You mortal.
So we need to find a way to get everyone to Neverwinter to get their.
I'm already there. I probably know him from working for him in the past, doing my organization doing jobs for him.
Okay. Maybe
So,
you
that'll
have
make it simple
like
for me.
a home base or an office
Yeah.
there.
Oh yeah, I'm in Neverwinter. I'm already in Neverwinter.
Out of character, obviously, because the name of the thing is called Phandelver. In the Phandelin area, are there any specific elven tribes? Because maybe that's my character's interest into going to that part of the Sword Coast, and because obviously there's elves in Neverwinter, there's elves everywhere, but there are specific high elf and forest elf, you know, villages and tribes. So if there's one of those, that could give me an in for going there, and then I would seek out a connection, which would be Gundar, in order to go to that area.
So to my knowledge, there are not any here. What I would say to you is that maybe there are a lot of there are draws. There's ruins that have power, which may be a draw for whatever JD's character says, Brizza, because there are ruins, and the Lost Mine of Phandelver was known to have a powerful forge that dealt in magical items and stuff. Maybe he's interested himself in finding a way to get those powerful items or find that again. Maybe he knows something of, because this area, everyone knows that it used to have this special mine, but it's been lost. So
you said Neverwinter, right?
we are starting off in Neverwinter, yes.
So then my character obviously could be going into town, but I know the Neverwinter woods have what else? That could be a thing, I guess. I don't know.
I think your only friend is going to be Marzipan. That might be the tie that binds you to our group is Marzipan.
100%, yeah.
Half
they
elf,
are
so
a high elf.
like Marzipan.
I would definitely like Marzipan because they're a high elf. 100%, yes.
All I know right now is what I know of this campaign, and this campaign doesn't really deal with elves. If you want me to, I can.
I know, I'm saying that if we're in Neverwinter, literally right down the road is the Neverwinter Wood. It's on the map we're on.
Mm-hmm.
So I was just stipulating that if I started in the Neverwinter Wood and then went to Neverwinter looking for things, that's where I could meet Gundar. That's all I was saying.
Okay. So you would like to... So here's the thing, is Gundar meets you in Neverwinter because that is the main supply place around here.
Yes.
So if you have elven things, you're not going to have, like, a big elven city. It's going to have to be a very small settlement.
Yeah, like I said, there are wood elves in the Neverwinter Woods. That is a canon thing that exists.
Mm-hmm. All right, so we'll make sure that we have wood elves in Neverwinter Woods for you. But what is drawing you to Neverwinter by itself? Are you restocking, or you, like, would you know Gundren through there, or are you going to Neverwinter and noticing, like, these flyers as, like, a call to action? Do you want to know him already, or is this going to be, oh, I stumbled on a job because I need money for something, or... You know, what do you foresee? What is going to get you into this group?
I will pass and think on that.
Okay. Nice.
So someone else can go.
Lux could have been in there stocking up, getting some more supplies. He could have also maybe Gundar somehow met maybe there's like a relative in Neverwinter from the village, and the mention of Lux because he's a healer, and maybe he was like, oh, get a healer for the adventure, get a doctor for on call, basically on call doctor. So that could be a possibility. Either of those completely work.
I would say that would actually work out pretty well because we don't really have a lot of doctors per se, or healers in the group. So maybe you are part of the town, and maybe when he meets you, he'd be like, go convince this person to join you, because so far no one's really had the capability and it's dangerous out there. Gundren doesn't live in Neverwinter. He's stopping there for supplies, and then he's moving on. So it's kind of like, this is the main hub where you buy things, you know. The most civilization you got kind of in this area where everything else is kind of like out there and spread out. Okay.
So maybe they crossed paths. Maybe saw Lux getting like a healer's kit or something, and was like, he must do healing stuff. And
and I say he's been searching for things and have been in the town. So if you were a person who's known for healing in town, he may mention it to, or ask you just to come outright with a note. Okay.
I also did think of another thing that does make him stick out from just being like that might give some clues. His skin is very, very pale. It's not like it's not normal skin color. It's almost ash, like gray. He does just play it off like it's totally normal. Nope, this is just how I look. And also he does not actually bleed or anything. If he gets cut, there will be some magic that would stop, but it wouldn't like bleed, and can regrow limbs. Yeah, because they're just magic.
Okay. To a degree, because you can obviously die, and if you might.
Yeah.
You know, maybe you'll start to unform. That might be good. Okay. Cool. All right. So, JJ.
See, that's a similar thing with me. I don't bleed, but like when I'm cut, like
you can go missing.
Not gas comes out, but like
he farts his life force out.
Like black ooze comes out of me when I get cut. You know what I mean? Like this. You gotta
get that checked out, bud.
All right, Venom.
Okay, so Mark is gonna be based in Neverwinter. And Volman is coming from the Neverwinter Woods, going to like restock or something, and he's gonna notice these flyers. Lux is we're either gonna have you go collect Lux because you need a healer, or he's gonna see the flyers. Basically, we gotta find a way to get you all to Neverwinter and to a party. And how would Brizza get to Neverwinter?
I'd say probably the university would send me there. Probably I pissed Weedsma off, and she just sent me out here because she's like, haha, this is gonna be a wild goose chase.
Well,
Not,
honestly, there's actually a lot of ruins in this area.
Oh, okay.
So there are definitely, like, one, because the mines are lost, you know. This could be your hidden temple if you could find the mines. Also, there are castles and all kinds of things that are broken down that would have things. So maybe you're on a mission to go find artifacts, and you see this poster and you're like, well, it's definitely dangerous out there and it's safer to not go alone, you know. It's dangerous, take this, you know what I mean?
By the way, when I say artifacts, I don't mean like magical artifacts. I mean like historic
Archaeological
stuff.
Yeah.
Like pottery or artwork or, you know,
But
stuff
it'd
that a
be okay
museum
if they
or
were
something.
also magical. Yes?
Yeah. Yeah.
Like maybe their magic qualities, they always look pristine, you know what I mean? Or, you know.
Yeah. But stuff like that.
Okay. Cool.
Basically like goods and whatnot in case we do find it. But yeah, I'd probably say, what was the dwarf's name?
It's Gundren Rockseeker.
Okay, 1 sec. Oh shit, hold on.
Jess, I sent you a DM question when you have.
Gundren Rockseeker in Neverwinter. What does he want us to do?
I don't think we know yet, do we?
I haven't told you yet.
Okay.
I was kind of figuring just how we would all get you in there. Basically, he is either, like I said, he's either knows you from the past, is going to send you a note saying he needs your help, or he's also going to put up like flyers in town. Basically, he wants everyone to come in. You'll meet in an inn, and you'll get your why you're here kind of situation. Now, we could work where some of you know each other, or you all are complete strangers and you're just going to go on this quest and, you know, we're going to learn from there. Do any of you want to previously know one another, or you all just want to be fresh, clean slate, you know, getting to know each other brand new?
I was gonna say I might know Petra because I might have asked him about trying to find if he knew of
Like
the blue dragon.
Yeah, or like ruins in the area and stuff. Okay.
I wouldn't mind knowing Marzipan. I know JJ was joking, but I think it would make sense.
Yeah.
I had a thought, and depending on what Mark thinks,
Mhm.
obviously as a changeling, you change your forms. Maybe at one point you had infiltrated like an elven area, and so I've met that form. Obviously, it's right now you wouldn't be in that form.
Yeah, right now I'm in
But
the
it-
human
Yeah,
form.
but at some point in our adventures, you change into an elf, and I'm like, hey, I know you.
Yeah.
It's just
Yeah, I mean, I've been as a infiltrator, you know, spy master, somewhat,
Yeah.
you know, people have hired me to. I've used my abilities to go and gather information for generals, captains, and the organization I work for. So yeah, it's possible they could have sent me into your elf land.
you look like an elf I knew 5 years ago.
I'd
yeah.
say the deal is that everyone's going to be meeting each other, and I went to the map layer. Burp.
But yeah, I can know Brizza a little bit.
Yeah, you can know each other a little bit, but I think that obviously because we are just starting these characters, we don't know everything about everyone.
Right, met in passing is always a good thing. You're just like, oh yeah,
Yeah.
I've met you before, in passing, whatever. Maybe met
So-
you at a party. I was gathering information at. 'Cause, you know.
Awesome. So, I would like to do at the start of the first session, I would like to do a little snippet where we introduce your characters, and maybe you can show like why you're in town. Like maybe you can ask questions about like, you know, you could have Brizza going up to Petra and being like, I'm in search for artifacts. I'm from such and such. do you have any information about the area? And I can slide him some information to give to you. Kind of like an introductory, like, where did they start? How are they coming into this? How are they going to find each other? Whether you were going to end up meeting at the inn, because we're going to talk to Gundren. But I want everyone to have their own, like, show off their personality a little bit. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I can see that.
Whether you're just in your office and you're doing all this paperwork and being grumpy, or whatever. I don't obviously want to put undue pressure on people if they don't feel comfortable with it, but it's something to think about. So if people don't decide not to watch the session 0, we're starting fresh. I'm gonna be like, all right, we're in the streets of Neverwinter, and we go into a dirty office, and we see a man behind a desk. And that would be, Petrov. And you would tell me, like, what is Petrov doing? And I'll be like, okay. And then, Brizza comes fresh off a boat and is looking for information and stumbles in. You know what I mean? Just to, like, show off your personality a little bit. Give you a little spotlight. Is everyone comfortable with, kind of figuring out how they want to be introduced?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, okay.
So
Brush up my improv skills.
Yeah, or, we could plan it a little bit. If you guys want to just write up a little thing, be like, hey, I want you to meet my character in my office, and maybe that's a good way to showcase another coworker or, like, whatever, so you can play off of them or whatever. If you don't want to, if you just want to get there and be like, I want to meet my party and get our quests and get going, we don't have to, but I thought it'd be fun. Okay. I think that we're pretty decently good here. Is there any questions for me? Or comments or anything you would like to see, or things you think about, or things you need help with, or rules, questions, anything like that?
Not off the top of my head.
Okay.
No.
Well,
It's been a while since I've played a character at such low level, but
I know. Starting off as one kind of stinks because, like, either it's like
You're blank
anything.
slate.
Someone coughs on you and you die. So
yeah, exactly.
we're gonna try our best. Also, I do want to let you know that there will be consequences for your actions. If you decide to go into Neverwinter and just murder everyone, the police are gonna be after you. You know what I mean?
Totally Briz's character. She just loves to kill.
I know.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
What I think is funny is, as a level 1 character who is either hundreds years old or 1,000 years old, I must have done nothing on the astral plane. I just sat around reading books for 1,000 years.
Or it's a thing where since switching to this plane, everything has changed for you. And it's almost like you have to start over because you're in a physical plane as opposed to, like, an ethereal plane.
Right.
Okay. And like I said, time does work differently, so that could make sense. Yeah, I like that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So, I don't remember what I just said. Meh.
You said we all leveled up.
Yeah, we all.
Yes, you're actually going to modify the module, and we're all going to start at level 3.
Right. Yeah, so this module goes from 1 to 5. So
It
if
goes
y'all
from
want
3
to
to 8
level
now.
up now, you're going to
No,
have
no,
a
you
large
need to change
expanse
it.
of time where you're just going to...
It's now 3 to 8. That's all.
Oh, yeah, yeah. I will just,
Yeah.
modify every single mob you come in contact with and change everything.
The module and modify, the mod that's where they get it from.
I gotcha. So basically, there's consequences. Feel free, have fun. There are consequences. My job is for us to have fun. I'm not out here to try to kill you, but if you die,
It's gonna happen.
it's gonna happen, and we're gonna have to meet a new character. Like I
know,
said,
I
I'm not
thought-
gonna try to kill you, but things happen. I don't want you
Or
to
nearly
feel
died
like
2 or 3 times.
I don't want you to
Yes,
feel
I'll
like there are
die.
no consequences. You know what I mean? Because that's not fun. I'll succeed in everything I do. Sometimes you may come to a situation where the option is not to fight and the option is to run away. So, keep those in mind. Don't think you always have to fight everything.
Oh, actually, Jess, you mentioned in the beginning, but as a question, we'll obviously get to know each other, but an out-of-character player question, is everybody going for, like, chaotic or neutral, or, like, good or neutral, or, I think Volman is more lawful good, if not chaotic good. I think probably he'll change over time from lawful good to chaotic good, but do you guys know kind of where you're coming from?
The way I feel about this is like a lot of times when people first start their character, they'll have something in mind, but they really don't know until they play and grow as a character and find their personality. Right. And it's very hard to say, I am lawfully neutral all the time and then force yourself into that.
Yeah.
I think also there are times when you could normally be lawful, but then every once in a while you're chaotic, or you're very chaotic, but you have this one set of rules you have for yourself. And in those situations, you won't budge. So it's very hard to say, I am 100% lawful, neutral.
So then we don't have to answer in that way, but I will change my wording then. Mark said his character is going to be more stoic and serious. So then are people planning wacky? Are people planning like a jokester character? Or are you playing like a...
So you're wondering about people's personalities.
Nerd character.
Personalities.
I mean, I'm kind of rebuilding my personality as I play the character. That's my intent to try and work it. Basically, just,
you got to find your
rolling
voice.
it up. Got to find my groove.
Okay.
Does Brizza or Lux have a starting personality?
For the most part, the main thing he's gonna be worried about is everyone's health. I have him currently set up as neutral good. We'll see if that changes.
Are you kind of like a caring individual? Are you like a dad character, a mom character, or do you feel like you have to, like, something in your soul is like, I need to do this to like atone?
No matter what you say now, you are the dad of the group because Jess said that.
Yeah.
So no matter what your answer is, that's your answer.
Right.
His answer is no. He literally feels obligated to do it because he feels like he's like paying the world back for existing, because he feels like he shouldn't.
Yep. I mean, from when I played Torceran, his primary goal in the party, like his mentality, a dwarf character Moradin sent him to keep an eye on these people and keep these people alive. That was more or less how it was played. You could say that was dad character, which is why when one character decided to play a prank and got,
Yeah, I think we all gotta find our voice. Like, that being said, there'll be NPCs, and I will try my best to have fun voices, and remember who everyone is. And I think he kind of wants to know that not everyone's gonna be like straight-laced, like military man. Like, he wants to know, is it gonna be like, are we gonna have fun and joking?
Oh, I was just asking about, like, I just wanted more. Like, we had talked about the structure in terms of, like, oh, I'm a librarian, or, oh, I'm a archaeologist. But I just meant, like, the personality was a good point. JJ, did you have thoughts on Brizza?
Not really a whole lot yet. Kind of like a jokester, prankster, probably person. I'm a good aligned, chaotic good, because I don't give a fuck about authority, but... just kind of carefree and kind of goes with the flow, but also have moments of blowing up and whatnot. But
going with the airflow.
Are you gonna be like spicy? Like I always picture this might be racist, and I'm sorry. Like a spicy, like Latin lover type, or like what I like a little firecracker, like what I mean, or mainly like the short like firecracker girl. You know what I mean?
I was thinking of Scottish.
Scottish?
Oh, God, Scottish.
Hey.
That's a nice looking girl.
That makes sense.
What are you looking at?
You're playing your Merida.
Oh my God, Merida. Yeah. When I said Latin, I didn't think like as in like a voice. I was thinking more of like a personality type, I guess. Like how I don't know. I don't want to seem racist.
No,
calls everyone a pinche cabron.
You know, like spicy, like a little firecracker. Like, I don't know.
You're just digging your grave.
I know.
You
I'm just gonna keep
need to
digging it.
step out of it. You need
Not
to
to
put
be
the shovel
racist.
down and step away from the grave.
That's why I stepped over to like the short girl, like, you know, the short stout girl who like Danny of DeVito if he was a girl, like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. It's
I
fine.
offer an egg in these trying times. Anyway, I just start blasting.
All right.
Andy.
Okay. Well, it's something for us all to think about, and by next week, maybe since we are getting together Saturday, 3 p.m. Eastern, maybe by Thursday, if you guys have a little introductory thing, just let me know how to set the scene to introduce you. It's not going to be like a big to do, but like just be like, I want to be like in the marketplace looking at things or questioning people, or I want to be in an office and I'm sewing up somebody's leg because they got a big cut or something, just to show a little showcase for yourself, to show off your personality and the things that you like to do.
There a like a map of the starting town?
Of Neverwinter, let me
Yeah.
take a peeky
I
poo.
mean, the city of Neverwinter.
Oh, it's huge.
So
You never played the game, have you?
Oh,
Never,
no.
Online, it pretty much. It's
I
big.
do
There's
not
I
have
think
a
he
map
has-
of.
Obviously, Neverwinter has a map canonically in D&D. I think he meant, does this module have a Neverwinter map?
This module does not have a
So
Neverwinter map.
It's pretty big. Okay.
But
So,
what
alright.
I
Yeah.
have is we are going to go on a quest that goes to another town, and I have a map for that. And also, standardly, I'll bring you guys over. This is going to be the kind of market area. So, you know, if we need to, this would be like the town center, and like, I want to go find someone to make me a weapon. You know, we pick one of these things. You know what I mean? I want to go to the fish market. You know, well, obviously this guy's the weapon guy, but you know what I mean. Also, you know, when we eventually have money, we would return to a market area to buy things. Question. You know, this looks like a stage, but if we wanted this to be a medic tent, we could. You know what I mean? Just a little. We might have to use our imaginations for the starting area. But it's going to have all the standard things, or things that you would like me to put into it if you want to have that scene start in a certain place. If you have an office, I'm going to describe your office. If we want to have a temple, well, I'll describe a temple for you. If we want to have a medical tent, or, you know, a doctor's office, we'll have that. If you want to have a potions place, we'll have a potions place. You tell me what you want in the starting town, because it's going to be like a hub, you know?
Okay.
that
I'd probably
make sense?
do like a port kind of shipping area. I'd be shipping out like packages and whatnot
Yep.
too. That might be like kind of where I post up at.
That makes a lot of
I
sense.
mean, I would probably have an office. It'd be. I'll try to work on the name of it, for our our investigative services office is where I would.
Please tell me your character smokes cigarettes. He has to.
No.
He might have probably a pipe.
A pipe
Or
would
pipe.
be
Oh,
great.
there you
for
go.
that.
Or cigarettes. I don't know. Cigarettes are just kind of cool
He's
for
got to
like
wear
a
that little hat.
investigator.
It's he
Everyone,
only smokes
cigarettes are
bubbles.
Decidedly not
Bubbles.
cool, folks. Folks watching.
It's a
cigarettes
bubble
are not
pipe.
Candy.
cool.
He does have candy cigarettes.
Yeah.
Goes through about a pack and a half of those a day.
So
I could just see him like, I'm a serious investigator. Pulls out his pipe and it's just blowing bubbles. It's like,
That's
oh my
right.
God.
okay. So by Thursday next week, just shoot me off a little. You know, it doesn't have to be long. Just describe, kind of a little scene where you want to start. I want to be in my office. I want to be talking to my good old buddy, and we'll make it happen, and that'll be your little introduction, and then we'll zoom over to the docks where, Brizza pops on off a thing and it, like, breathes in air, like, time for good old adventure, So,
What is he, Bilbo?
Yep.
I'm going on an
Well,
adventure.
Bilbo would be like,
Yeah.
God
Going
damn
on
it.
an
I am
adventure."
like,
Someone bumps into me, and then I say, "Oh, we piss off you, wee."
Piss off, you wee fucker.
Okay, new goal. We all need to be Tolkien archetypes. I'll be Gandalf.
I'll be Golem. She's just in a cave, just crawling around, holding a pot. My precious,
Perfect.
I found you.
Like, ah, this was a chamber pot.
I have a charisma of 16. What?
All right.
There is a new Golem video game coming out. Maybe he's really charismatic in it.
You know, maybe he started off very charismatic, and then he found the One Ring, and fucking, you know,
He was
that's all.
corrupted.
Oh yeah, they did do the flashback when Smeagol found the ring.
That's right. All right. Well, any questions, concerns until next week? Feel free to DM me. And I'm very excited.
Do this.
All right. And hopefully we like all this, and when we're all done getting to level 5, we could start something a little bit longer.
Hoots.
Maybe? Look towards the future? Okay.
Yep. Hopefully we'll-
All right. Well, I'm going to end the stream, but like I said, if there's any questions, concerns, comments, I'm here for it.